just try out a little bit of a new sequence. We're going to start by coming onto our back. So we'll have the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. I'll keep an eye if anyone joins us. And you can bring the hands on the belly if you want. And we're just going to come into the breath. So I want you to sigh out the first few exhales. I find it's a nice way to settle in to the practice of just letting go. Then I want you just to start coming into the breath. So breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take the hands on the ribs and around the belly. And as you breathe in, see if you can get that sense of space being created. You can maybe take the hands around the back if that's available and breathe into the back of the body as well. Just slowly move your awareness to the heart and the shoulders. And as you inhale, feel that lift. Exhale to lower. Just work with your own. And just bring your awareness to your body resting against the mat. So maybe just a quick scan all the way from your toes leading up to the head. Just noticing how you're feeling. Feel the feet pressing into the mat. Just bring your awareness to the knees and the hips. Hips are rotating outwards. So does that feel nice? Does it feel a bit painful? Or is it a good stretch? Moving towards the sacrum and the pelvis. Just notice them resting on the mat. You can take a little rock. And then let's move upwards to the spine. So just notice that natural curve of the spine as it's lifting away from the mat. Towards the shoulders, the thoracic spine. Shoulders pressing into the mat. And all the way to the neck as it's lifted. And the back of the head. Just take a couple more breaths. And we're slowly going to draw the knees in together on the inhale. So take your time. You might feel it in the hips if we've been hanging here for a few moments. We're just going to bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. Maybe giving that lower back a nice little massage if it's what you want. Going to come to stillness. So we're going to inhale as we lift the forehead. Start engaging the core here. Active fingers. Exhale to lower. Take 3 more in your own breath. And just gently bring yourself to the mat. Now we're going to do 3 more of those, but as you inhale and lift, we're going to also bring the legs out as well. So we're properly engaging the abs here. And release. And open. And release. Just take 1 more. A nice big stretch and working into the abs. And slowly lower the feet to the mat. And we're going to take that right foot and place it on top of that left thigh. And just naturally see where that right hip opens. You can coax it a little bit deeper with the right hand. And then we're going to loop through around the left thigh or the left shin, just opening out that right hip. And you can flex that left foot as well a few times, so rotate the ankle. And try to keep that right foot flexed to protect that knee. And go a little deeper if it's there. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, gently release. And just take a moment, see how it feels. Sometimes we can overdo it with the hips, so just be careful. What I want you to do is to keep the foot where it is, and we're going to work into the abs. So I want you to inhale as you lift that left leg straight in the air. And if you want to go deeper, inhale, lift the chest up. And if you want to go even deeper, you can slightly lower that left leg. And just find your point. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And just release that left foot to the mat for the moment. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. And let's go again. Inhale to lift. We're just trying to work into the abs in different ways. You can tap the abs here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. I'm going to take that one more time. Just take care of the neck here. Keep breathing. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer this time. You can release the hands. You can hold them around the head, whatever you need. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And just bring it all back. You should feel it there. Just release that right foot. Just take a couple of breaths. When you're ready, we're going to take the other side. So we're going to bring that left foot to rest on the right thigh. And just see where it naturally opens on the left. You can take the hand and just draw a little bit more space if it's there. And we're going to loop it through. Just take a couple more breaths here. Remember to keep that left foot nice and flexed. When you're ready, we're just going to release. Bring that right foot to the mat for a moment, just to see where you're at. And we're going to work into the abs on this side as well. So we're going to lift up, going to straighten that right leg. And we're going to inhale as we lift the chest up. And you can lower that right leg a little bit, going a little bit deeper. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Bring it all in for a couple of breaths. You're going to do that 2 more times. And when you're ready, set yourself up and go. You just hold it for a little bit longer each time. We're going to be here for 3, 2, for 1, and release. Just rest here for 2 more breaths. Let's go again. So your final time. Remember, you can bring the hands beside the head as well. Just let's hold it here for a little bit longer if it's available. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Take that left foot down. Just take about 3 deep breaths. Nice. And we're going to bring the arms either side. Keep the feet pressed into the mat. And we're going to inhale as we lift up, coming into bridge pose. So press the feet into the mat, activate those thigh muscles and the quads. And let's stay here for 3, 2, for 1, and release. This time we're going to lift up again and lower, and lift and lower. So this is actually quite a good exercise for the glutes as well. Engage the glutes as we do this. I'm going to do 5 more. And slowly release. Let's bring the arms out wide. We're going to inhale as we lift the hips, shift them slightly to the right as we twist over to the left. So you can take the gaze wherever it's comfortable for your neck. You take that left hand to take you deeper into that twist. See if you can take that breath all the way. See if you can tempt it all the way up to the shoulders and the head. You're going to take a couple more breaths in. And when you're ready, let's slowly bring it back to center. Check in on yourself. Arms by the side. And we're going to inhale as we lift up into bridge pose. Now here, you've got the option of lifting that right leg up, and you can do your dips, your little hip dips. These are just options. You don't have to do this. Let's just do 3 more. And slowly release. And all the way back. Let's take the arms out wide. Inhale to lift the hips. Shift them over to the left as we twist over to the right. So it might be different on this side. What you can do sometimes, if you want to go deeper, you can put something on the outer thighs. You can put a blanket, maybe just to weigh it down a little bit. And another thing a lot of yogis are using more recently is sandbags, just little bags that will just help weigh down certain parts. I'm just going to take a couple more breaths. As you inhale, bring yourself back to center. Let's take the arms by the side. I'm going to lift the hips up. An option to lift that left leg, option to do the hip dips. And if you do these properly, you really do feel it. So it's probably better to do like 5 good ones than 10 like really cheating. I'm going to do 3 more. And slowly release. Wow. And just hug it in. And when you're ready, I want you to take hold of the big toes and let's open out into happy baby. Just do what you need. think for me, it's just about creating that space. I really like Happy Baby for my hamstrings, my groin muscles. And you can rotate the ankles in both directions and open and close the feet. And let's slowly bring it in. And we're going to meet in our tabletop position. So you can rock up and down or roll it out, whatever you need. So we're going to take our cat-cow breath. So take your time, find your position. And as you inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the mat, draw the belly down, shoulders come in, gaze comes up. Exhale, let's reverse that motion. So take your time, bring that fluidity. Be aware and be mindful of your body. You can have a go at doing a few of these on the fingertips if you want. And when you do that, just press each finger pad into the mat. Let's take a couple more. And slowly come back to center. And I want you to take that right arm out parallel with the mat. Let's take that left foot out, just taking the ball of the foot onto the mat. And we're going to take it back and forwards, just rocking on that back foot. And if you want to take it deeper, inhale, take it as a twist over to the right. Reach forward. Take it back. We're going to do two more. And release back to the mat. Bring that knee in. Let's take the other side. Left arm comes out. So reach forward. Right foot comes out. Again, you can rock back and forward. Absolutely fine. And if you want to go further, you can twist over to the left. So just create that movement how it works for you. There's no right or wrong. As long as it's safe, as long as it feels good. So let's just do two more. Bring those left fingers forward and release. Just sit back on the heels for a few breaths. Take a few shoulder rolls. And a little bit stretching of the wrists. Rotate those wrists in both directions. Open and close the hands. And when you're ready, I want you to make your way into plank pose. We're just going to work the triceps a little bit. If you want to, you can stay in plank or you can do your chaturanga push-ups. So these are really good for working the triceps, especially if you do them properly. So you can drop the knees if you need, but you're hugging the elbows in as you come down. So just do maybe three more if you want. And then drop the knees and just take it back. You can sit back or you can come into child's pose. Wherever you need. When you're ready, let's come back. And we're going to do another set. You can do between 5 and 10. It's up to you. I usually do around 5 or sort of 7, I suppose, in one go, because they are quite strong. Wow. And let's drop it back into child's pose or sitting back. We're going to do one more set. When you're ready, come back. Remember, you can do this on the knees, so don't push it too much. if it's not good. It's good to check yourself in the mirror when you do these so you can check your alignment. So I'm quite lucky I can see myself. So I know sometimes what I need to work on. And we're going to drop back final time. Just to rest. When you're ready, I want you to come back into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under. And we're going to lift all the way up into downward facing dog. Just check your body. Pedal the feet, bend the knees. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the pelvis. We're going to inhale, lift the heels. Exhale to lower. Take 2 more in your own time. Nice. And you can stay here or you can drop the elbows to hover and lift. So working into the triceps again. Again, when you do this, try to make sure you keep the rest of your body nicely aligned. So you can do between 5 and 10. Let's take 3 lion's breaths. Let's take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. So we're going to come into our ragdoll for a few breaths. So just do what you need here. Shake it out. Swing it out. You can use it to open up the hamstrings. Let's find our stillness. Take hold of what's available. Toes, mat, shins, knees, whatever. Inhale as you lift, straighten the arms. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. So just using that breath. Find some more space if it's there. When you're ready, let's slowly start coming all the way up. So take your time. You can keep bending the knees. I want you to come all the way up. Take the hands up towards the sky. Come onto the tippy toes. Nice big stretch. And release. Let's take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. I want you to take the hand on the hips and take the chin to the chest as we turn our gaze to the right. Go back through center. Take it to the left. So take a couple more of these. And if you want to do full rotations, do that as well. It sometimes scares me how much I need that and how good it feels to actually stretch the neck. And again, a really good exercise if you're working from home, hunched over. Okay, brilliant guys. We're going to come into mountain pose, Tadasana. You can bring the feet together or a little bit apart. Lift the toes, look at your feet, spread them out as you bring the toes to the mat. A little bit more weight towards the heels, shoulders away, arms by the side. You can come into the Ujjayi breath, that constriction at the back of the throat if you want.
I'm going to inhale to rise, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as we step back into plank pose. We're going to hold it a little bit longer. Really check what your body's doing in plank. Drawing the heels away, hands are pressing into the mat. The shoulders are sort of quite neutral, really. You're not bringing them together all round in them, but they're stable. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, let's bend the elbows, hug them in. And let's open the chest. Downward facing dog. So again, just check your alignment in dog. So you're pressing the hands into the mat. Don't worry if the heels don't reach the mat. External rotation in the upper arms, so bringing that space into the shoulders. Take the gaze towards the navel, between the legs. We're going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands. I don't want you to step or walk feet to hands. Inhale, your halfway lift. So check your alignment here. Make sure your back is nice and secure. Exhale to fold. Let's stay in the fold a little bit longer. Working into the hamstrings. You can bend the knees if you need. Just breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to relax the back here as well. Let's take a couple more breaths. And let's slowly come all the way up from the inhale. Gaze up, hands up. Exhale to release. Let's take a couple of breaths here. I'm going to go through a sequence. I'm going to start that sequence with Uttanasana, chair pose. So you need to bring the feet a little bit apart, that's fine. Find your grounding. And we're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. You can make this pose as challenging as you want. So you can dip, you can bring yourself up onto the balls of the feet. You can go a little deeper. And what I want you to do is to bring the hands to heart center, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, let's twist it over to the right. Try to keep the knees in line if that's available. And we're going to inhale it back to center. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's twist it over to the left. And from here, I want you to drop that left foot back. So you're coming into kind of like a lungy twist over to the left. And now I want you to sweep the arms up into warrior two, bending into that right knee. So you don't want that right knee to go over the ankle. So change your body if you need to. You want to go deeper. Take the gaze over the right fingertips. I'm going to flip that front palm and reverse that warrior. Keep the bend in that right knee. And we're going to inhale it back to warrior two. And this time we're going to straighten that front knee. And we're going to reach that pelvis forward towards the right side. Draw the fingers over to the right. And we're going to come into Trikonasana. Bringing that left hand up towards the sky. I want you to draw the ribs up towards the sky as well. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze to the mat. And we're going to inhale to lift, coming back. And we're going to come into warrior two again, just for a few more breaths. And let's straighten that front leg again. And this time we're going to do reverse triangle pose, so revolved triangle pose. What I want you to do is to bring that left hand, take the right arm behind you and take the left hand towards that inside right leg, because we're twisting over to the right. Take one more inhale and exhale, unwind, bring yourself up, bending into that right knee again. Coming into warrior two. Keep the shoulders fairly calm, not hunched towards the ears. And this time I want you to frame that right foot. And we're going to shoot that right leg back into our three-legged dog. You can drop it at any point, or you can come forward into three-legged plank and lower it down through a three-legged vinyasa. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. You can stay here, or you can do some more elbow dips to work into the triceps. You can add these little things. Sprinkle a little bit of your own stuff if you want during the practice. You're going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and step or walk feet to hands. And we're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And I want you to inhale as you sweep up into your chair pose. A little deeper. Remember to zip up through the core, nice and strong. And let's inhale it all the way up, fingers to the sky, and exhale to release. But just shake it all out. We are going to do that on the other side. So I'm going to come onto the other side of the mat. Just take a few more breaths. Find your position for Utkatasana, chair pose. When you're ready, we're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. And remember, you can come onto the balls of the feet if you want. It's your choice. You can take on opposite elbows. Just do whatever suits you. You're going to take the hands to heart center. You're just going to breathe in. And as you inhale, I want you to slowly twist it over to the left this time. Come all the way back through center. Let's twist it over to the right. And this time, we're going to drop that right leg back, coming into sort of a funky twisted lunge. And then from here, I want you to sweep the arms up, bending into that left knee, coming into warrior two on the other side. And I want you to draw that left knee back a little bit as well. So these are the kind of physical adjustments you'd get if we were in person. So just see if you can do that. Press that hand. Let the gaze over the left fingertips. I'm going to flip that front palm and reverse the warrior. And let's take it back to warrior two. You're doing really well, guys. I want you to straighten that front leg. Let's reach forward. So take that pelvis in the direction of the body. The way you want your body to go, that's the way the pelvis moves. Remember, we've been saying that a lot of movement generates from the pelvis. Fingers reaching forward. Let's take it into Trikonasana on the other side. Right hand towards the sky. You can keep the gaze up or down. And again, remember with Trikonasana, there's a twist, so you can draw the ribs up. Even use your hand to sort of just pull them up towards the sky. Just a couple more breaths. Exhale, look down. Inhale, let's bring it back up. Let's go back into Warrior Two for a few moments. Let's straighten that front leg. And this time we're going to do reverse triangles. You can reach forward, and we're going to take that right hand and bring it to the inside of that left leg. And we're going to take that left arm up this time. So it might be quite different. I'm much tighter on this side. That's completely fine. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, take the gaze towards the mat, and let's bring yourselves all the way back up, bending into that left knee for your Warrior Two. And as you exhale, I want you to frame the left foot. Let's shoot that left leg in the air. So we're coming into three-legged dog. Stay here, drop that leg, or come forward into three-legged plank. And let's lower it down. Wow. We're all going to meet in downward facing dog. Let's feel that breath. Come on, guys, all the way in. Breathe into the back. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stay in the fold just a little bit longer. Let's inhale as we sweep up to chair pose. Let's inhale and come all the way up. Exhale to release. And just shake it all out. We're nearly there. I'll just keep an eye on the time. I know we started about 3 minutes later. We've got about 7 minutes, 6, 7 minutes to go. Nice. So we're just going to do a little bit of standing. So what I want you to do is we're going to start by lifting that right leg off the mat first. So ground that left foot into the mat. And I want you to take that right foot and place it on top of that left thigh. And you can bring the hands to heart center. Flex that right foot. You can stay here, or if you want to go deeper, start bending into that left leg. And keep the hands wherever you want. You can release them as well. That's fine. And let's inhale as we come straight up. Slowly release that right leg. Bring that right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And this time come straight in to Warrior Three. Just take your time. Don't worry if you fall or wobble. I want you to slowly start bending that left leg. Gently bring the hands to the mat. Drop the right foot. Shoot that left leg back so you're in three-legged plank. And let's lower it down for a three-legged vinyasa. And back to downward facing dog. Take a couple of nice big breaths. Exhale, take the gaze between the hands. Step or walk feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. and release. And just shake it all out. We're going to go to the other side. So we're going to root that right leg into the mat. So take your time, find your grounding. Take that left leg. Left foot comes over the right thigh. Bring the hands to heart center, and you've got the option of bending into that right knee. There are other poses that we can work on from this that we'll come to in future classes. Just add to the practice. And I want you to come all the way up and see if you can bring that left knee into the chest and just squeeze it in. Release the knee, and let's come straight into our warrior three on the other side. So don't worry if you fall out of it. I find if you lift that leg up, it does help. We're trying to keep the hips in line. You might need to rotate the outer hip. Slowly start bending into the right knee. Release that left foot to the mat this time. Shoot the right leg out, three-legged plank, and let's lower it down. Nice, guys. So that is quite strong. Let's take a couple more nice big breaths, and we're going to take them as lion's breaths. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands, and I want you to step or jump through to seated. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes to go, so we're just going to slowly make our way into Shavasana. But bring the legs out, give them a nice little shake, hands by the side, come into Dandasana for 3 nice big breaths. Flex the feet. I want you to bring the feet together and open them out like a book. Just touch the knees, bring a bit of space. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen. So really take your hands actually and just bring that space. And exhale as you hinge forward, neutral spine, inhale, exhale to release. Just relax. And we're going to inhale as we come all the way up. We've got a couple of minutes for a nice, towards the end of the session, bring the knees in. And I want you to bring the forearms onto the mat first and just lengthen the upper body before you come down into your final Shavasana. Just bring the arms out. I'm just going to relax here for about a minute.
And we're going to start deepening the breath. Let's slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. Rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. And I want you to have a nice big stretch. Just meet me in a comfortable cross-legged position. Yeah. Couple more breaths. Just keep the eyes closed and the face soft. You can bring the hands to heart center or resting on the knees. That's absolutely fine. You can come into lotus or half lotus. Have a little practice. I'm going to end with our 3 clearing breaths. Let's slowly bring the thumbs up to the third eye. I want to thank you all for joining me in today's practice. And I want to say I'm proud of you all for your progress, and for the journeys you've made in the last few months. The inner light in me, we always honour the inner light in each and every one of you. Thank you for today's practice. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Hope that was good. I don't mind I like the tricep stuff because I don't think we get to work them enough just during the day. So it's more for me actually.
Yeah, I like the ones in downward dog, but the other ones I'm struggling to do. So hopefully I'll get better at those.
Yeah, don't worry. Because the thing is, as long as it's better to do, if you're doing them, it's good to keep the dog shape so you're not losing it. And if you're doing them in plank, if you're struggling, because they are strong, because I feel them. Have to be careful with the sort of rotator cuff and all that business. Just drop the knees, because even if you drop the knees, you can still feel it.
Yeah, I was still really feeling it even when I had the knees down.
But take your time with it. Yeah, no problem. It's just something
good.
I think we've got like the main practice, but just sprinkle in a few little bits if you want. Because even because you're both quite experienced, even when you're doing like lifting up, you can add a little back bend. It's up to you. As long as it's safe, then that's fine.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, my lovely. See you on Thursday. Take care.
Thanks. See you then. Bye. Bye.